something that I have been paying attention to lately is peace driven hustle versus escape driven hustle. Like, if we were to think about it, if I take one day and not do anything, not move, and if the inside of me starts screaming to the top of its lungs, that ain't motivation. That's avoidance. That ain't ambition. That's fear. That's feeling unworthy. That's survival instincts. And that's not how we want to grind. That's not how we want to hustle. Like, if I'm to separate the two and give you an example, faith based or peace driven hustle is having a plan, being strategic about your plan, being okay that everything didn't get done today like I had planned for it to, but I will pick up, if God says the same, I will pick up tomorrow where I left off and continue, because I see reality. I live realistically. I know that Rome wasn't built in a day. I know the heavens wasn't built in a day. I know that even the Lord took rest each and every day when he was building one of the best creations that I know. And see, escape driven hustle is survival. It's having motivation here and there. It's only having motivation when something random hit the fan and you feeling like it's the end of your life. It's feeling like, yo, if I take a 30-minute nap, bro, everything will go to shambles. It's like, it's escape driven grind, and fear driven hustle is, yo, if I don't do it, bro, I ain't nothing. That's you putting your actions, you're making your actions and your worthiness equal. Sort of say, I'm gonna touch on that in a minute. It's basically not having faith in yourself and the universe and the God you trust and the God you serve versus having it. You either have the faith and you know, and you still gonna go with the plan, and you not gonna explode out of control if something random hits the fan, versus just staying calm, assessing the whole situation, looking at the bigger picture and seeing what you can do. See, if we stop and we look at it practically, escape driven grind looks like, even though I know I ain't been eating healthy, I've been neglecting my body, I've been neglecting the people who have been there for me, who have been, checking on me, I've been neglecting other aspects of my life, like learning, gym, eating right, spiritual, talking to God, doing the inner work for myself. Like, I'm neglecting all these things for the money. I'm neglecting all aspects. I'm neglecting all the pillars in my temple for the bag. Yeah, that sounds crazy, right? Versus I'm balancing them all because I am at peace. I know what I went through in the past. I know where I don't want to be. I know my dreams, but I'm still going to be realistic. I'm still going to feel every second of the day. I'm still going to live. And that means planning, strategy, knowing my goals, scheduling, looking at my calendar, still checking on the people, who've been there for me, doing what's right for my body, doing what's right for my mind, doing what's right for my heart, keeping it at a work-life balance versus every day is survival mode. Every day is go mode. Because when we think about our dreams, we have to realize that that's there. That's a long haul. That's gonna take some time. And depending on where your heart is now, depending on where your spirit is now, depending on the person, you got stuff in the inside that you gotta dig out too. So inevitably, when you just surviving and you just going like an animal and you ain't really balancing all the other things that's really important to keep your attraction flow open, you hindering yourself basically. You basically stopping yourself. And you not fooling God. You not fooling the universe. They know that you still can't hold what you chasing, because it doesn't matter how long or how fast you chase it. If everything ain't in balance, you're not gonna get it. So why not slow down, assess, strategize, look at the bigger picture, take care of the temple you was blessed with, take care of the angels that's in your life, and keep going. Now I know for a fact that in some cases, in most cases nowadays, you have people, things, habits that has to be let go. That's a part of the peace driven grind versus the fear driven grind or the escape driven grind. See, with the escape driven grind, you feel unworthy. That's the root cause of it. You feel like, if I don't do this, who am I? If I don't do this, where my respect? If I don't do this, who gonna take me serious? Why are you asking who else gonna do these type of things for you? You need to do them for yourself first. You need to step in the room like, I was meant to be here, because you were, when you coming from the peace driven side. See, we don't have to burn ourselves out. It don't have to be get the bag money through Sunday. Like, it sound good on a song, it sound good on the beat, and it will help you get that 4 minutes of motivation while that song is on. But realistically, yo, I've been eating fucking McDonald's 7 days a week. I ain't drunk no water in 5 days. I ain't took a nap and I don't know how long. I ain't checked on my folks. My kids been feeling like I've been neglecting them. I've been neglecting myself. I don't know when the last time I took the time to build a new skill. When the last time I learned, what about an instrument? I want to play the guitar. Shoot, I want to meal prep so I don't have to eat McDonald's and Burger King. Let me buy me a water bottle from the dollar store so I can have water throughout the day. Let me start planning that way. When something random happens, I'm not instantly clicking up into survivor mode and exploding out of control and letting the chaos take over me. See, y'all, that is escape driven grind. You're trying to escape from everything rather than naturally pulling yourself out. Because that escape driven grind, it's like when running, if you run track, there's the sprinters and there's the endurance runners. The sprinter ain't no endurance runner, and the endurance runner ain't no sprinter. Why? Because the sprinter, 30 seconds in and out, that's it. They can't run 15 miles, 20 miles consistently like the endurance runner can. And that endurance runner, his or her lungs are built off balance, not swift like that. But as you can see, metaphorically, that distance runner is going to go the long haul. And about mile 3, 4, that sprinter going to die out. Not even reach their endurance goal. Get what I'm saying? And we have to realistically know that our goals our dreams, that person you want to be, that's an endurance goal. And having sprinting skills, having survival skills, you ain't gonna get there. You gonna burn out before you even get there. Now, I'm not saying take all your life to get to the dream. I'm not saying take all your life to get to the bag. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying retire at 75. No, that's not what I'm saying. And please do not think I'm in any way down in people who did. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm having us reevaluate balance and how we do it and how we get to these goals. Stop, take a moment and realize, am I hustling from fear or am I hustling from faith? And if I'm hustling from fear, let me sit down and realize what I fear. Once I realize what that source is, I can plan through it. I can strategize through it. I can start building pillars that when something does randomly come up, I can step back, be emotionally stable, stay within myself, and get it handled. Rather than start thinking of all this crazy mess and I start attracting resistance and more negative stuff. And that slows me down. And then I become this sprinter trying to hurry up and do this when inevitably I don't even realize that the energy I'm honing now is making this even worse. If you know a CEO, or if you just look at CEO videos and things like that, they operate off peace-driven hustle. Because they have realized throughout their work, their time and their build and their endurance, things always happen. So let me strategize, let me prioritize, let me start building pillars in my temple, let me start taking care of my body, let me start, making sure my loved ones is still counted for. Let me balance everything, because that's how it moves. Instead of bag first, then that, then no. They have their energy, they hold it here, and they balance. So that's how we should start doing it. Because the hustle or your dreams or your desires, whatever it is, whatever God put in you, it's there for a reason. And you have to know how to steward it. You have to know how to hold it. It's all about the balance. It's all about assessing where I'm coming from, why I'm doing this. I get it. We want to get out the situation we're in. But certain things you can't just escape. You have to see what's going on and strategize and plan and get yourself out of there. Because if you just escape from it, it's going to be the same thing, different environment, if you ain't realizing what's up. So just take some time today. Ask yourself, am I hustling from fear or faith? And remember, I'm always here to remind you that you are a spiritual being on a spiritual journey. And I love you.